We're going old school pubs and clubs in Leicester city centre. There's nowhere else to start but Churchgate. And a great place to start is Rosie O'Brien's, as I know it. Rosie O'Brien's was your cheap as chips, drink when you're 14 establishment. It's been a few other things. It was somewhere called Peggotty's, which was, I think, before I started going out. And it's been a couple of other things since, but it looks a lot different now. The main thing is the building's still there. As we head down Churchgate, that's going to take us to the real heartland of my late teenage years. I spent many a Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday down this road. And incredibly, a lot of the buildings are still around, but are used for different things now, or different venues. So first up is Gate 65. I didn't really go in there that often. It was called Brannigan's before, wasn't it? And I believe it's been a shisha lounge since. So yeah, that's our first one of the club side of the Churchgate area. We're now moving on down. Now, if memory serves me correct, this was called Deviate and may have been Onyx as well for a while. Looks like it's still in use for something, but I don't know what. I think it had an upstairs to it. It's called 90s Nick now, if it is still doing that. Now, I had some memorable nights in this next place. The legendary venue, which was Undecided. What a place that was. New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, some absolutely banging nights in there. The only thing was, it closed at 1. So yeah, sort of the night was quite young and you just had to get on it really early. We're now heading down to another one of my spiritual homes, Liquid Envy. In prime location next to St Margaret's bus station. It stood there until it burnt down a few years ago. Liquid Envy was one of like Leicester's super clubs. So it was Liquid Envy, then it had also been called Creation, Kudos and Crystals. So everybody will have been in there at some point under one of those names for sure. Which one was your favourite? Liquid Envy was probably my favourite, I think. Although I did like it as Creation as well. I did every Friday night in that place for about 18 months and hardly spent a penny because it was cheap as chips. But I am talking about 2009. Mad, isn't it really? That's 16 years ago. But all down here, this would have been absolutely packed with people all the time. Just been stopped by a guy that follows me on Instagram. It's so cool when that happens. Right, let's put Creation, Liquid Envy, Kudos, Crystals to bed. We're now going to head around the corner to Zanzibar. And you'll see how big this building was as well, or is. Absolutely massive, but just nowhere near the same as it used to be. There we go, look, the alarm's going off in there at the minute. That was a huge club as well. So you had that just there, Liquid Envy was just there. So you had literally, that's it, look. It's just stacks of people around here. It was just booming. Lots of drunkenness, lots of falling over, lots of taxis, and lots of people. And do you know what? Lots of good fun as well. Doors open. I can't resist having a look. Looks wild different. I didn't want to venture too far in because the alarm's going off and they might think I'm on the rob. I know there were others, but for me, they were like the two main clubs in Leicester around my era. Yeah, there was Mosquito Coast at the back end. There was still Flaming Colossus around as well. Life, which we're going to head up towards now, but those two were massive. They must have held 4,000 people between them and were always full. Every Friday and Saturday, certainly for the couple of years that I was going out religiously, they were absolutely rammed and you just knew so many people in there because everyone went out every weekend because that's all there was to do. There were no YouTube, no TikTok, no Instagram, no Just Eat, no Uber Eats. You had to actually go out and see people. Bonkers. Instead of going up and round, I'm going to do a little shufty through the bus station so I can cut through that way. It's a bit quicker. And time's getting on. So you used to be able to drive up there, right the way up to the top, but you can't anymore. And then you'd drive down Churchgate, which again, you can't do that anymore. So yeah, and that also made it quite busy because there was always cars around, driving down there fast, playing loud music. Them were the days. I reckon this bus station has been rebuilt 3 times in my relatively short lifetime. It actually looks okay now, to be fair. It's a bit dirty on the floor, but it's always going to be in it. Lots of people around. And I know you think this bag looks ridiculous, and you're probably right, but it's really handy for holding all my camera gear in when I'm out for the day like I've been today, just filming different stuff. So Sorry about that. Right, let's get up to Life and the original walkabout, if I can remember where it was. I mean, I know where Life was, but the other walkabout, I'm struggling to remember. It was a long time ago. Life looks even worse now than Creation does, and Creation's been burnt down. But check this out. So Life had a few names: Socio, Zoots, which I always forget, Palais de Danse. But have a look at it now. Whoa, it's seen better days, isn't it, that? I think you went in just there, because I seem to remember that being like windows. The sign was down there, said Life down the writing, and it looks like it's up for sale. Whether it's this building, like the whole building, or not, I'm not sure, because it is right on the end, but interesting for sale board. Don't really get it. Now, I think Walkabout was a bit further down here. I think that was Walkabout. Looking at it, the design of it. It's now called the Stairway Project. I'm not sure what that is. It's a good thing. It's there to help. Right, the big bars and clubs are done. Let's head off to maybe some of the slightly smaller ones. Slight detour. This was wicked back in the day. Lloyd's. I do wish I could get up them stairs though. It was a great spot here because it's like bang in the middle of town. So you could get everywhere you needed to get really easily from here. My stag do finished it there. What a messy night that was. Nice that it's still there, because again, these sorts of places, it wouldn't surprise you if you lose some of them, but it is a Wetherspoons at the end of the day, so I'm sure it's doing all right. And I'm sure there was a bar underneath Lloyd's, down one of them. Can someone enlighten me? There was definitely one there. I just can't for the life of me remember what it was called. Market's all here now, all been moved round from where they've done all the demolition. Right, where next? The Knight and Garter, which used to be Molly O'Grady's. That was always bouncing, just loud all the time, full of people. I think it's still quite busy now, from what I understand. We're in a great spot just here. So stood here, you've got Knight and Garter, which used to be Molly O'Grady's. You've got Market Tavern just there, the blue one. You've got the Friary just there, which used to be the bank, and the Goose on Hotel Street. That was when I used to go in there quite a lot. And then just up here, you've got Varsity, which was one of our starting places. Always good fun in the Varsity. Lots of people around. Gosh, it's gone quite windy. It then became Brewdog for a while, and is now Tanzanite, and they did reach out to me on one of the socials to say hello, and just to confirm it is still going, and apparently does all right. So, not venturing up that end today, that's for another day. So Long Bar, Slug and Lettuce, all those old ones up that side, Revolution, yeah, we'll do those on another one. And that's the back end of Hogarth's, as it's known now, but it was squares. Huge block of TVs hanging from the ceiling. It was wicked. So we're going to head down here, past O'Neill's, and then we'll finish around the Lytton Tree and Queen of Bradgate. Lytton Tree was friggin' mega. It was a big, big place, and it wasn't a bad place to start the night, to be honest, because of its location at the that end of town. I used to be able to walk to it from where I lived in Newfound Pool and around that area at the time. Yeah, it was a good little stopgap. Got O'Neill's there on the corner, which has always done well and still is doing well. Good for sport. Wicked looking building as well. Right, I don't look up enough when I'm in Leicester, but look at that. I do in other cities that don't tend to in my own. So we walk round towards the Lytton Tree. We've got Leicester's oldest pub there, the Globe, serving since 1720. 300 years. May it go for another 300. Right, we're nearly at the Lytton Tree. So that was the Lytton Tree just there. So it doesn't look that big, but it went back a long way and you went down some stairs as you were inside. I watched a lot of football in there. Watched some of the World Cup in 2002, I think. And it was conveniently located opposite Las Vegas Fish Bar. A very well-known chippy that has been there for donkey's years. Someone mentioned that's quite a good place now, although I don't think I've ever been in it, maybe once. And I do know that the Queen of Bradgate still does really well. Which is just literally a few doors, well, next door to what was the Lytton Tree. So there we go. I think that's probably a part one, because I know I've not covered absolutely everywhere, and everyone's going to be clamouring out for me to mention some other places, but they were a lot of the places that I used to go, and a lot of my mates would have gone there as well. So hope you've enjoyed our little tour of Leicester City Centre and its lost pubs and clubs. and bars. They've not all gone, but a lot of them have. Will the city ever get back to its busy heights of sort of 2000 to 2005? Probably not, in all honesty. Certainly not down the end that I've been. I know that Beaver Street's busy every now and again, and people still slate me for saying the city's not busy. It's just, it's not compared to what it used to be in the areas that I used to go. But all good fun. Debate is great. Chat is good. That's part one done. Part two will come at some point. I've no idea when. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll catch up soon.